Earth, only place to have life known to man. Water, 79% of it, has made life possible on this planet with different religions, cultures and lifestyles. With India, a mystic land where history and mythology is so huge that it makes a temple for people bounded by hundreds of diverse religions and cultures. This developing nation, with more than 60 years of independence, has transformed itself into one of the fastest growing economies in the world and has seen a substantial growth and development with growing industries, infrastructure and agriculture, with its rich firm base standing on love and emotion for each other. But the demographics of India also introduces us to a slightly different story. Despite of the Green Revolution and percentage of population living in urban areas growing rapidly since last 20 years, still 70% of India's population lives in villages. We're still said to be a land of villages. Illiteracy, poverty continue to be the excuses rather than just mere reasons for a very much talked about stiff growth. We continue to face the health-related challenges, and more than 900,000 Indians die each year from drinking contaminated water or breathing polluted air. Water, which once we heard as the birth of life. So what is the use of such development and infrastructure when now we've changed the definition of water to another easy option for the death of poorer people? What is highly consumed by us in our daily lives in cooking, washing, industries, agriculture, energy production, recreational purposes, and mainly as a drinking source. So the basic requirement rising out of it is water to be abundantly available. In urban areas, we can from anywhere grab a glass of water from pots or from a store. It is so easy. But the scenario is very different for villagers. They just have one borewell as a single source of water in the entire village, and they consume it directly without any purification available. The water which they drink contains high level of various organic and inorganic contaminants.
In India today, almost 40 million people are affected by waterborne diseases every year. Primarily, there are two types of contaminants in water. One is biological contaminant and the other is chemical contaminant. In recent years, the problem of chemical contaminants has surfaced, and there are almost 2 lakh habitations in India which are affected by chemical contaminants. There are 5 types of chemical contaminants which are prevalent in India. Those are the top 5 are fluoride, arsenic, iron, nitrates and salinity. Every contaminant will have a different effect, and drinking water polluted by chemical contaminants is as if drinking water polluted with poison. So in our cities, in urban areas, we have big water treatment plants where water is treated. When the water reaches our homes, we still put in-house, which we call point of use water purifiers like AquaGuard or Kentaro, and then we drink the water. But unfortunately, because of the affordability factors, in villages, these villagers are drinking the water directly as it is. If there is a source well, or if there is a bore well which is contaminated by high TDS or high fluoride or high arsenic, so the villagers don't have any precautions or any equipments which they can use at their home. So these people directly draw water from these sources and directly drink.
As per the last survey, in India, there are 1758 villages that are affected by fluoride, 1675 villages affected by iron, and 279 villages affected by high TDS. Almost 5% of population in India is affected by the presence of fluoride in water, and many villages of Maharashtra are affected due to this. There are almost 9,800 villages that are suffering due to contaminated water, and among them, 28,000 water sources are affected. And the main reason for this organic pollution is excessive drilling for groundwater, which is endangering our lives. Now this makes fluoride the most spread content in water.
Fluoride has a selective effect on the hard tissues of our body, that is teeth and bones. Optimum level of fluoride in the body is
1 to 1.5
parts per million. If high levels of fluoride are present, it causes dental fluorosis. Up to 4 parts per million, dental fluorosis is characterized by white, brown, yellow spots or patches on the teeth. with pitting, mottling, disfigurement. Dental fluorosis is irreversible, and as on date, there is no cure for dental fluorosis. The treatment that is there is only in the cosmetic treatment form. Therefore, prevention of dental fluorosis is absolutely essential, which can be obtained by regulating the levels of fluoride in drinking water. High levels above 4 parts per million will cause skeletal fluorosis, which is characterized by joint pain, joint stiffness, and outward bending of hands and legs, which is a crippling disease. In order to prevent skeletal and dental fluorosis, this optimum level of fluoride has to be maintained in the major source of fluoride to the body, that is drinking water.
Skeletal fluorosis has continued to be the most spread disease in these villages. It makes these people handicapped for the daily routine work, and slowly with time, their body starts becoming more and more stiff. These diseases don't come to us as a shock, because every village has a maximum of 2 to 3 borewells, which is their only source of water. So this is bound to happen. They relate these diseases as arthritis, dengue, but they never realize that it is because of the water they are drinking day in and day out. So they are indirectly not using the water which was once said to be the birth of life, but the one which is now said to be and another easy option for the death of poorer people. Well, we reside in an urban area, which is a bit easier to live with more options and facilities to maintain a healthy life. We have numerous options to get to pure drinking water, and we have all control over our lives. आपने अभी पानी कहाँ से लिया?
I just got it from Toby's. Normally शॉप से खरीद लेते हैं हम लोग.
आपके घर में पानी कहाँ से आता है?
घर में हमारे यहाँ एमएनसी का भी पानी आता है, प्लस वी गेट मिनरल वाटर बॉटल्स.
It is so easy. But not for them. It is a process, a long, tiring process. आपको पानी कहाँ से मिलता है?
नवरात्री विहिरीत आम्हाला दुरून पाणी घ्यावं लागते, 2-3 वेळ यावं लागते आणि विहिरीतलं काढावं लागते. खूप त्रास होते आम्हाला.
They even find it awkward to give a pleasant smile because their teeth are damaged. They cannot stand still for a long time and find it difficult to even rest. Due to crippling of bones, they cannot sit and subsequently fall. Also due to poverty, they are vulnerable to lack of medical care. For every 100,000 people in our country, we have just about 60 physicians. So if not a doctor, we can surely with our entrepreneurial minds take some action which makes our own country a healthy and peaceful place. They also deserve a normal life. We do are responsible for some amount of action. We do are. And yes,